I'm going to talk about temperature control in the Earthship. Two main things you have to remember is that you need to remember about thermal mass and that heat rises. Thermal mass is the relationship in between the sun and the earth. And around winter, the earth stays about at a 60 degrees average, which wouldn't change during season.
So every season it's pretty much consistently at 60 degrees, whether it's summer, winter, spring, or fall, right?
Yes, because this is basically halfway underground, and the Earthship is designed to be able to take advantage of thermal mass.
Mm-hmm. So you start pretty much at 60 degrees in an Earthship, whether it's summer or winter, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how would you, say, add heat in the winter when it's 40 degrees out like it is now, and bring that 60 degrees up so it's comfortable inside? How would you bring heat into the Earthship?
Okay, well, you would shut that window and this skylight. So then basically solar energy would be trapped in here, all the radiation from the sun.
During the day when the sunlight is shining, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So
that
you
would
want to take advantage of that rather whenever it's dark.
Well, when it's during the day too, you don't want any heat to escape, and that energy will be stored in what areas?
In the greenhouse.
The greenhouse on the floor, and also in the walls of the Earthship too, because it's in the earth, right?
And just in the air too.
Okay, so if you were living in an Earthship in the summer and it was 100 degrees outside, it would be, and you would start at 60 degrees because of the thermal mass. How would you ensure that you don't get too much heat into the Earthship during the summer and keep it cool?
Okay. Well, this is what you do. You could open this slightly enough to not where it gets too cold, and then open that, so then some of the hot air escapes, and the cold air comes in and kind of replaces it. So then it will stay at a cool temperature.
Okay, so what you're saying is that you'd open the skylight up above to let the hot air out, and you'd open up the window down low where the cooler air would be, and you'd get cross ventilation, and you would, basically let the hot sun not come in here and bake the internals of the Earthship, right?
Yes.
And how else would you stop sunlight from coming in here?
You could probably put down curtains, such as that one right there.
Okay.
So,
and that's right. So you wouldn't have sunlight coming in and heating the floors. When else might you use that curtain? To keep the heat from escaping at night in the winter, right?
Yes, and also to double ensure that there are 2 layers of glass instead of 1.
That's right. Okay. So in this particular case, we're in the greenhouse, and you can regulate the temperature in here. How would you regulate the temperature in the living space of the Earthship?
What you would do is, what temperature is it outside? Do you want it colder or hotter?
Well, just say we want it to be cooler.
Okay. Well, what you would do is you would come in here, just for an example of a room, open that window, come through here, and there's a skylight right there above that loft. You open that up, and the hot air, the cold air will come in here, being sucked through that. It's kind of like a vacuum, but then the hot air will escape, and maybe some of the temperature in the greenhouse will change, but not much.
Okay, so you can basically have hot air rising and pulling the cool air from the lower parts of the greenhouse up through there. Do you remember what the new design does to add even more cooling effect?
Yes, what they do is they dig a trench 5 feet underground. They put a metal tube under there, and you know how I said that the Earth stays at a 60 degrees average year-round? Well, then you would have 60 degrees of cool air coming into the Earthship, rather than having like the outside temperature.
Of, say, 100 degrees in this potential.
Yes.
I think the other thing too would be, if you're in a really hot climate, you would potentially have a more straight face of glass there so that you don't allow the sun to come in at all during the hot season, only when the winter sun would be penetrating. And then additionally, you may want to face the Earthship in a different direction, not facing the sun during, in the south, but northerly.
Or what you can do is put some of the curtains down, but they have to be dark. If they're kind of whitish or some kind of light, then some of the sunlight will come in. But you don't want it so dark, because then it will get cold.
All right. That sounds like you hit it all. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.